Well, up to this point, all the activity out here in Quigley that I've been doing has been pre-season, archery season, but I wasn't archery hunting. So, what time I spent out here in Quigley, pretty much just scouting, looking, enjoying it, whatever. But now, the season is actually underway. It's full bore, muzzleloader. And last week, we went up in the mountains for muzzleloader season. Up in the mountains, and it was cold. Gosh almighty, it was cold. I mean, cold, my foot hot. It's cold now. It was hot. It was in the 80s. Up in the mountains, it's in the 80s. This morning, it's 20 degrees down here at the Quigley. It was the best. We've got a little bit of brain freeze here. It was hot in the mountains. It's cold down here in the valley. Anyway, actually what I'm doing now is just trying to get the Quigley all set up for the season. I'll have everything set up and squared away here in a minute. Well, I reckon I pretty much got most things ready. Little 4-point buck come by the Quigley, fed his way on up the top of the hill and fed around up there a minute and hopped off into the woods. First buck I've seen in a while, so that's good. At least we're seeing something. Yeah. I hope all them big boys come by, but especially that one big 8. Boy, even now. Too cold for frogs to be out, but I had one in my throat anyway. Like I said, at 20 degrees this morning. But the sun, it takes it well over an hour from the time it hits the top of the ridge up here to work its way down here to the Quigley. And it's just now hitting the Quigley, but it's a little bit hazy out, so it don't have full strength, but even on a cold day, when the when the sun hits the Quigley with all the glass all around, it warms up to quite pleasant most of the time. So I'm sitting here right now with a little stove, barely on real low. Well, that's going. But I'll probably be able to turn it off here in a little while if the cloud cover don't get too heavy. Yep. Anyway, it might be cold, but that coffee's hot. And sit around and see what happens. two does just come by the Quigley off to the west. Across the little field, just 60 yards maybe from the Quigley. They were acting nervous. They were a bit uneasy about something. So I'm going to watch it kind of close here for a little while, see if I can figure out what they were so nervous about. An 8-point buck just come to the edge of the field up here. He didn't come out in the field. He stayed in the edge of the woods, but there was a 8-point buck that come right around the upper corner up there. He never did come all the way out in the field at all. But there is an 8-point buck hanging right around the edge here somewhere. So I'm going to keep a sharp eye looking for that rascal. That little 4-point buck just come following those two does. Those two nervous does that just crossed the field. Here he come on the track. He's trailing them down. That's probably what they were nervous about. And that 8-point buck that was up here on top, he was coming down the edge of the field, and he could very well show up right here. I got to be ready for that. I mean, they are moving. They are chasing this morning. There is some chasing going on this morning. There's been 3 bucks out here in the last few minutes, and a few does, and they've been a hot footing it around. There's been a spike, a 4-pointer, and an 8-pointer in just in the last few minutes. Well, for a while there was quite a bit of chasing activity. There were several does. And they were during their every field, going around every which direction. And bucks harassing them. To tell you the truth, I don't know how many does or how many different bucks I actually saw. I think it was at least 5 different does, and I think $5. It may have been 3, but there was what I think was that there was 1 spike, 2 4-pointers, and 2 8-pointers. But it could have been 1 spike, and I saw the 4-pointer and the 8-pointers. I may have seen them twice in 2 different places. But I think it was different deer, but I can't be positive of that. But all that activity really slowed down. There's 2 does up here in the field right now. Get some of these snacks out here at that good looking woman that's put out here has got for me. Well, what I'm trying to dig out, honey bugs. And they're naturally, they're down in the bottom. Boy, that jar is cold. We've been 20 degrees this morning. That jar is still about 20 degrees, I think. Oh, be a swig of hot coffee again. And one of these little bite-sized honey buns. Right, I got it. Price of everything's ridiculous. Honey buns are food with cotton picking roost. And our wonderful government says we got 8% inflation. Yeah, boy. Things cost 100, 200, 300% higher than what they were. And that's 8% inflation. Yeah, boy. These little bite-sized honey buns. I mean, they're not even a third the size they used to be. It costs 3 times as much. Government. Government is usually our problem, not our solution. Dang near every problem this country has caused by the government. Boy, the activity's really slowed down. Whitey and Mom are right up here just calmly eating. They're grazing out here in the field like cattle. That 8-point buck. I didn't really want him, but I thought if I can get a really good camera set up, hard as these things are, hard as these hunts are to self-film, I thought if I can get all these cameras set up, I might go ahead and take him anyway. So I've got 3 cameras, got them all set up, got them everything just like I wanted. Picked up the rifle to take the shot, and look, he's gone. I mean, he's standing right there. I took my eyes off of him for a second and picked up the rifle, and he had flew the coop. That's I didn't really want him anyway. There's got to be bigger ones out here. Big old red-tailed hawk up here, circling around on the updrafts. Big old fox squirrel. I can see him up there over 200 yards crossing the field, right where the Whitey and Mom are. Now exactly where all those bucks went, I don't know. But there was activity, so maybe that big boy that I'm looking for, he might show up before it's over. I'm gonna give it a whirl anyway. I went back to the house for a couple of hours. Then we'll come back out here for the last couple of hours or so of daylight. I gotta clean my window. There's some smudgy sunshine on out here. I can't even see out. The sun flaring in. The ladybug tracks, I guess. Anyway, there's two does up there, but I'm not going to shoot any does anyway, but they well out of range. There's a fair amount of chasing this morning. I hope they keep it up. We shall see. Whitey and Mom are back out there on top again. Those two, they must have a lifetime lease on the place. I think they're out in the fields more times than they're not. The fellow was here this morning. And it's the same little fork corner that I've seen out here on a few occasions. Come back when you grow up, bud. He's headed up there toward those two does. See what happens when he makes his appearance up there. He's getting closer to them. He knows they're there and they know he's there. Whitey don't want nothing to do with him. Yep, me tasting plumb out of that field. That's Whitey and Mom back out again today in the rain. Like I said, they're here the vast majority of the time. It's a cold, rainy day. Temperature in the 30s. It's just a couple of degrees from snowing. So, steps were up to the Quigley were froze. There's the only thing I've seen so far today has been, now I've only been here a few minutes, has been Whitey and her mom and a flock of a dozen or so turkeys just came out and walked the fields. So I'm just gonna have me a spot of coffee, a honey bun, and sit around and see what happens. I think it will be. Well, we're just about at the close. Close of the day here at the Quigley. There's been several deer out. Matter of fact, one just popped out right now, and I believe it. What is that? Coming this way quickly, huh? Whatever it is. I believe that's Whitey's mom. I think she might have got away from that buck that was hounding her. Just keeps coming closer and closer. Getting closer and closer. It's the morning of the last day of muzzleloader season. Oh my goodness. Everything is all frosted up. All the windows are frosted big time. Whitey and her mom are over there on that frosty little hill. I gotta get me out a scraper. Scrape some of these windows so I can see a little bit. Anyway, it's the last day of muzzleloader. And everything about the Quigley is froze up. All the windows, everything froze. Gracious. Cold as crap. Cold as crap out here. Trying to just about got most of the windows scraped off. Whew. Chilly, chilly, chilly. And then a couple of does were oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Again, I'm not ready. Good Lord. Nothing ready. Doesn't matter me. Nothing ready. Lord. Gracious day in the morning. Good 3 days. I'd learned to be ready. That darn deer. He's almost in the same place that the buck last year was. I think it's a good hit. He ran off, I don't know, 30, 40 yards, something like that. Disappeared behind some cedars. One of these days you'd think I'd be ready. But I was getting ready. I was cleaning off the frost and everything off the windows. I was doing everything I could to get ready. And I didn't have the gun ready, none of that ready. And there again. It pays to be ready out here. And last time or two, I've been anything but ready. Well, give him a little while then. Go over and see if we can find him. Well, that's going to be a pretty easy, cold. That's going to be a pretty easy tracking job. Yeah, that good looking woman of mine just called me and said she sees him laying up on the hill there. She might be a pretty good tracker. Oh, that's good. I don't have to go over and track him. Try to track him down. She done spotted him for me. Oh goodness. Turkey, turkey, turkey. Hope them things stay around here come spring. Every time I look out, there's turkeys. Here in the deer season, let's hope they're just as enthusiastic about coming around here in the spring. The horns have a bit of length and width to them. They're not real heavy, but he's a nice young buck. He will eat good. He'll be just about perfect. The perfect eater. Yeah. Good buck. Good buck. Proud to get him.